Just to let you guys know what's going on right now is currently, for as far as TikTok goes, my life is split into two. My normal happy-go-lucky, silly self that I do with y'all and laughing and joking is not what we're going to be doing here until, our normal 9 p.m. But there's a whole other side with my family trauma and drama that has been all over the place. Hi, Miss G. And I finally got to a point that I was willing to address some things, but there's going to be a few things that are going to continue to be off limits and with boundaries. But it's going to be more learning about my side of things because, yes, it isn't normal and it isn't okay, the things that get accepted and handed out in my family and how people grow up. Getting better every day, Miss G. I hope you're doing amazing, beautiful. But if I get to a point that I'm comfortable enough opening up a panel, it's going to be handled differently than how these other people have. It's going to be something you guys are not used to. There you go. That's good, Miss G. That's good to hear. So some of those boundaries are going to be, we're not discussing children. We're not asking what kids there are, who they're connected to, or how. We're not name dropping new people, and we are not, absolutely not giving out locations for anyone. Snow, I do have that fluffy hair. It's a little calmer today. Thank you. I love it too. But right now it's just kind of hard to know where to start or how to begin. But the cycle is not only going to end here with me, like it did, but it's going to be aired out. So they're going to know it's never happening again. They're going to know that people are going to say something, and they're not going to be quiet and sit down and accept it just because they're told. The cycle is going to completely end. Not really. I just don't bother to message back or anything. She's still said some weird shit, but she's kind of just saying it to herself for like a week and a half now. And none of it makes sense. I even showed it to my friend, like, what the hell is this? I literally think that woman is extremely mentally ill, which is in a way sad in itself, but also, again, I'm on nobody's side. I am on no one's side in this because no matter what, at the end of the day, no one has told the truth. Snow! Well, nobody's born with perfect teeth. I was fortunate, but also unfortunate, because I was hit by a truck a while back, and that kind of covered this. It covered a new arm, part of my hip. Yep, exactly, Rachel. And everybody goes through all kinds of things, but it's just different with how that's been. Foot and mouth. Well, no, I didn't have horrible teeth. I still had my teeth, but I had to go a little while with them, my jaw and everything out of place. There we go. Now I got some of my bangs on my face. Thank you. I think they're weird. I always tell everybody I look blind. Thank you, Snow. Thank you guys for being kind about everything. But it's okay for those that aren't. And I'm not sure where we left off because people just were like flashing with questions and I was trying to answer and clear stuff up. And like I said, this is going to take a while. It might even take months. But that cycle is done. I do have mods. I have had mods because this... Yeah, that's what I'm waiting in on here before I start for a couple of them to come in. I have mods that were my mods way before all this Becca stuff because the part that you guys get confused on about me and like TikTok and how I'm so comfortable on here because I was already on here, but it was like a positive, goofy, silly thing. It wasn't this stuff. And I don't want it to turn into this. I'm not going to spend the next 10 years talking about how crappy my family is. We're going to get through this process, all of us together. And then maybe you guys will stick around at some point and learn a little bit about Jesus. And that people can be an example of it. But answers aren't coming fast, Cammie. Kim, how I'm related, I'm actually related on both sides. So this is what I was trying to explain the other day with 4LLIE or 4Li or Allie or whatever it is by blood, I am related to Little Rich on my father's side. By marriage, I'm related to Becca on the other side and not Courtney. Not Courtney. I'm related because of the adoption. So it's two different battles. Rich is not related to Becca. Our two families did not intermingle like that. So like the other side of my family are technically my stepmom, but she was the only like real good influence and mother I had. She came into my life and fixed a lot of things. And they were so good to me and my brother. But she kind of fell into them as well after a while. So that was a couple years of wee to clunk. You're welcome. Yes, Lily, like I said, your grandma changed how she was, and she still, yes, we're not going to talk about that right now. We're on that with that, you know that. Yeah, well, Southern Girl, I'm sorry that it's confusing for you, but for a little girl that grew up with nobody taking care of her, and nobody stepping up for her when something needed, yes. My stepmom was not my stepmom, and still to this day, even though they are divorced, she is my mother. My mother. She has her problems, makes her mistakes and up and down, but that woman was a mom and taught me how to brush my hair and everything. Thank you, Kim. There you go, Rachel, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly it. And I guarantee you that little girl felt the same way about you. There you go, Southern Girl. Exactly. Well, I mean, I can start there with that story. Like, my real mom is a whole tornado. My biological mom is a whole tornado. And I still, to this very day, and this is where I can say where I know how Becca caved into Courtney, because I will cave into my biological mom all the time because you crave that from her. There's no way for a human to understand how somebody like that can be your mom, but they don't care. So a little bit of kindness from them makes you go, yay, please. And when my stepmom went to adopt me, everything was fine. And I'm not trying to scare you, but like that's just one of the little things that happened. All of a sudden, my bio mom gave a shit after like 8 years of not even calling me. And all of a sudden, she wanted me because this other woman was going to adopt me. And that's when things went again. And I'm by marriage, yes. Yeah, exactly, Rachel. It's a scary step. But your daughter has a say-so at 14. Well, actually, I'm assuming you're in Michigan, and I'm not even in Michigan anymore. In Michigan, I know it's 14. She gets a word in for it. Thank you. Welcome in, guys. But as far as how deep the RSO and the rugs go, this isn't that it was accepted by everyone. It's that you were taught to sit down and shut up. So I went my entire life like not understanding why I couldn't fit in with my family, why they're all great to each other, love each other, they're amazing to each other. And I would always just sit on the sideline and observe. Like, why? Why they would joke around about being drunk off of ice cubes. Didn't make sense to me. To find out now, after a lot of this got exposed, I know why. I know why I didn't fit in. And I don't want to fit in. Because I wouldn't stay quiet. Wrong is wrong from the beginning to the end. If it's wrong all the way. Even Jesus teaches you that. Righteous are those that stand up for what's right, even in the face of demons where you're only going to get attacked, but they still stand on what is right. But it was just always, sit down, be quiet, don't stop it, don't say nothing. But they should have been protecting us all along. Just a couple of years ago, not that long ago, there's another female in our family who this was starting to happen to. Her own father was refusing to go to the police or anything, and she stayed at my house constantly begging for help. And we got her help. I'm trying to do this without exposing too much, because she doesn't deserve the attack. She ultimately ran away, and because all of that had just been exposed about her father's friend, and he still protected his friend over his daughter. So quit thinking that I'm on anybody's side, y'all. I'm not. There's more that you don't know. He was more protective of his friend than his daughter. Didn't want to expose him because that wasn't fun, right? That didn't earn him a little bit of dirt money. Go do some overtime, not this dirty, nasty shit if that's what you need. You protected your friend over your daughter. When I can't because I don't name drop. I can't do that. So she took off. And that family member of mine, her father, came to my home with my children and sat there on my couch crying about how she took off on him. And wouldn't do anything about it. Well, did you go to the police? No. Did you call her? No. So she's just missing and you're doing nothing. Missing and doing nothing. You know how fucked up that is? Missing and doing nothing. Because you wanted to protect your friend. Well, if I do, my buddy goes to jail. Send your buddy to jail. He's doing it to 2 of your kids. And you're like, free pass. Free pass, right? So I drove him down to the police station. I walked into the police station, figured some stuff out. I reached out to her. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's nobody that's in favor of these people like you guys think. And you all just go and attack us. And you guys have attacked her too and don't even realize it. I go to the police and everything. I call her. I leave one message, she calls me back an hour later, and I find out where she is, and I go and pick her up. No, Marissa, I don't have a baby. I have grown children, and I don't want a baby. And I go down there to pick her up to find out the full story of what's going on to her and her sister. To come back to my family angry at me because I took her ass to the police station. Because I'm not protecting his friend. I'm not protecting his dirty ass money. Go get a job. Or go do overtime at the job you have. Don't just go, do whatever you want to my children and I adore you. And even she gets chastised in this family. They call her a whore. They call her nasty. They call her stupid, don't want to talk to her. Why? Because you have to admit you did bad to her. And that is the nonstop trend that they do to people in our family. And y'all just attack everybody instead of getting to know that. So I got her out. I got her out legally. This isn't due to Becca. This is me opening up about the strings and stuff and getting this all out in the open. She will continue. She's doing amazing things. We talk every day. But that's the kind of hole that we're living in. Just like, okay, another string of in the past few years and how I pissed off the family is I watched someone very dear to me, another little girl. Okay, this one wasn't SA abuse. It was more like slavery abuse. She's going into her senior year. Okay, and I've already witnessed many things and tried many things to end that. I could probably pull that one in here if she wants to. She's going into her senior year. Her parents decide that she isn't going to complete her high school because they need someone to watch the kids while not only they work and not pay for daycare or anything else, but while they use her to start a daycare at their house that's illegal and she's underage for them to make more money while they're also selling plants. So yeah, Aunt Jeanna found out about it. I can drop my own name. It's in my bio. You guys are crazy. I helped her escape overnight. She didn't quite do it how I planned out. The way she did it, though, she just went, floop, I'm ready. And then her cycle broke. Y'all are seriously making people out to be monsters. They're not. My daughters were with me for all of these. But I'm telling you, what you guys are seeing right now is not the first and it's not the end if it's not exposed. They're not the last person. They're not the end of it. None of it. So then what do? An aunt of mine leaked to you guys on here that I did something that I didn't because she did it to me. Because she's trying to protect that shit from coming out. But she forgets the part that I'm the one with nothing to hide. Aw, she left. Bye, Anna. So what you guys are not understanding in all of this is that there's already things we know of. DK, I already exposed that before. I drove. I don't like being without my car. I don't like being without my freedom to come and go as I please. I'm a grown woman. It's not a regular. You're not deep into it. Yeah. Well, that's good, because a lot of people are very emotional over it when they've never met anybody before, and I can understand why. It's been pretty bad. Thank you, Tara. Now, I know you guys have lots of questions, and I'm struggling talking anymore. It's like I'm a fountain and everything's coming out now, and I don't want it to be like that constantly. If everyone promises that they're going to leave children out of this, I will open up the panel. It is very overwhelming. But also it did something for me, and I'm not a robot anymore. I'm like, well, there it is. There it is. Hi, Scotty. They're not used to this, but I'll do it just once for you, buddy, because this is still my TikTok. Scotty knows that Fiona and me do it in his van because I refuse to drive one. Exactly, and that's all that happened was kids was being brought into it. Sorry, I have a few friends on here, and we have theme songs for each other. So yeah, if people have questions, we can do the questions, but again, kids are just 100% off limits. And as you guys have already learned, if you start talking about kids, the live ends. I'm done. Because none of them, even us when we were kids, asked for what was done to us. All you gotta do is request up for that. Just like I have finally accepted here, I have finally accepted myself, that may be my last name, but I'm not responsible for the things they did. Yeah, the cycle has to be broke. Oh, hi, brown-eyed girl. Hi, sweetie. If you want to get a good rundown and come back, go in your search bar and look up Rebecca Park and then Richard Failer. Thank you, King Jess. I appreciate y'all. Hi, I'm the cousin that everyone was trying to figure out, brown-eyed girl. Good for you, Tara. That's what's up. It's more than sad what is going on. It's disgusting. Because to the end, they protect the wrong people. And I'm never going to stop no matter what it costs me, Jen. And this time it cost me my job. And guess what? I'm still here. I'm like, okay, cool. Go again. Go again. I am, day by day. Like I said, like there's nothing that, because there's even things that I didn't know, that are coming out of the woodwork. People that I still thought were good people, like a couple of people, and after everything that's come out with this, even those people, I never want to see your face again. Like, I am so good. I am golden. What is today's date? It was about a little over a week ago. Hey, you. Thank you. There's actually a lot of missing people in Michigan. That scared me. Like, back when I became a new mom, like many years ago, I learned that Grand Rapids, Michigan is the #1 for trafficking. So that itself is already a scary scenario because it's only 2 hours away. There it was when I was up there. The police put out reports, talking about we need to make a change. And there was 619 people currently that were missing. 619. Okay? Think of the road you live on. Think of how many neighbors you have. 619 people. Think of how many neighbors you have with that many missing. My uncle? Which uncle? I have lots of uncles. Zero, you're in Flint, honey? Okay, so Wendy, yes, I did go look into that because everything's making me like panic along with you guys. And they already put the newspaper report out, and sadly it was a teenager that lived in that house, and she was scared of it and scared of having a baby, so she put it on the porch and then called 911 and said she found a baby. That's awful, Zero. So yeah, that was a teenager's baby. Just like while I was up there, there was a car, I can't remember if it was Manton or Cadillac, that they found a car that had burnt and somebody burnt inside of it. And I panicked. Like, I was panicking over everything. Like, oh my God, don't be hurt, don't be hurt, don't be hurt. Freaking all the way out. Everything scared me. Everything was like, oh my God, please no. Like, even on the search party, when somebody said they found something, I just hit the ground. Hit the ground crying. Like, oh my God, no, please no, please no. Like, this kind of crap makes you emotionally unstable. There's no, real way to feel about it. Yeah, exactly. They found a white truck in water in Saginaw. But also tell me why these cases within a couple of days had answers, but we have nothing. Oh, okay. Two to 3 hours is wild. Cindy, yes, we were. We had a bond that was mostly due to the fact that both our bio moms suck. Catherine, that was this morning. Like I told you, everything with me, I'm panicking over any of it that I see. Oh, yeah, Michigan State Police don't normally come. I know that, COVID, and you know how it was affecting people's organs? I had COVID really bad, and it ended up putting me into cardiac arrest. They didn't show up before the father of my kids did from his work because my daughter called him. He wasn't waiting any longer. And that was crazy. They literally had to, stop it, go again, and then put me on breathing treatments because my body was just, struggling for air. There has to be a change up there for sure. Maybe at the end of the day, maybe that's some of the good that's going to come from this is that Michigan State Police and the county police, the local police, everything is going to realize that they can't just be sitting ducks anymore. Because if there's one thing about this case, it has spread across. And that's something that social media can do and make changes for. Not hating on people or making up things or pretending they're crime solvers, because you're not. Thank you. Maybe there will be a difference in that direction. Well, like, I will tell you, like, the little town I grew up in, where my family's gotten away with all this shit for so many years, there's one cop. There's always been only one cop. The one cop retired, now there's still one cop. Well, like, I will tell you, like, the little town I grew up in, where my family's gotten away with all this shit for so many years, there's one cop. There's always been only one cop. The one cop retired, now there's still one cop. They replaced him with only one. Gypsy, I'll answer this one more time. What do I think happened to the baby? I don't know. I hope he's alive. I hope he's alive, and I hope they find him if he is. But also at the same time, in the statement that the police themselves put out, and it's all over on here, it's all over on Facebook too. Maybe I can try to find it and pull it up for you guys. Read it to you or show it to you. I'm still learning how to do stuff like that. It said that it looked like animals had gotten to her. So I'm trying to be very careful not to give myself false hope again and again and again and again. Well, a lot, you never know what your little town's hiding. Even if it's good for you, it might not be good for everyone. You know, and everybody has stories or something, and especially when it comes to the Michigan police, there needs to be a change, or they just need to be held liable. And I'm not saying to hate. Me? No. I'm not involved in rugs. I, smoked the green when I was younger. I didn't like it. It made me paranoid. My drug of choice is coffee. Just normal everyday coffee. I drink a lot of it. Thank you. You guys are sweet. You don't have to be doing that. Thank you. I don't know anymore. I did have my opinions before, Catherine. But at the same time, common sense tells a different story. Okay? So if you look at the history of it and you do actual real research, not just talking to people on here, but real research, it'll tell you. Okay, so for one, I'll start with Richie. A bond for distribution usually comes with a $20,000 to $25,000 bond. That's $20,000 to $25,000. 2 counts would be $40,000 to $50,000. I don't know if they compile or they just stick with the $20,000 to $25,000. They're holding him on $1 million bond. They're holding him on $1 million bond. They don't want him a chance of bonding out. They don't want him a chance of running, and they find him as a dangerous society, and that's just common sense. That is just plain old common sense. And they don't need to give it to us. Look at what's already happened, you know. It's not just a habitual, because habitual means it would be over the same thing, not a whole new thing. So with the way the judicial system works, it would have to be another one of this, and this one is about rugs. They're not going to tell us, because if they do tell us, what are we going to do with it, and how muddy is it going to get, and how is it going to come out right? Like, they have to be able, if they say it to, okay, it's just the first thing that popped up, I'm sorry, Ree. Say it to Ree, okay? And then Ree goes to this person, not realizing that that person's involved, and they say it to Ree, that person gets their chance to run or hide. That person gets a chance to go cover something up that they know they're looking at. They're not going to tell us. They don't owe it to us yet. They just owe us fucking results. And results we want and we need. And then change. Change, because what if What if it comes back that it was recent? What if they could have found her beforehand? You know, that's part of what's making everybody mad. What are you guys actually doing? Exactly, that part, skulls and bones. But common sense tells you they don't do $1 million bond for a small, puny little small town rug user. They don't do that. I think they were all involved. Honestly, it's weird that Courtney's not involved in it yet. It's weird that she's out and about, because in reality, even doing what she did on here, doing with the messages she's sending people, the stuff she's posting, the links she's sending out, that tells you she's tampering. She's tampering, and the story's never the same. Her police report is tampering. Her police report is falsified because she gave out several different statements. Like, I don't know if you were in here this morning where one of the search parties I went on, they had to tell us several different types of outfits to look for just in case one was correct. And I don't feel bad for her. I don't. I'm sorry. I do not feel bad. I feel bad for some things, but I don't feel bad for Kimmy. You lied to the police. You tampered with evidence. You did all things in this and those rug charges. And look at what happened to your sister. And we should feel sorry for you. Your life continues, whether it's in a cell or it's out here. Your life gets to continue, her doesn't. I don't feel bad. And Senna 14, I don't want to butcher your name, but like, yeah, see, that's where it doesn't make sense, is you remembered all along. Each day you had a whole new story, you had a whole new everything, but now you don't remember? Now you don't remember. Is it that you don't remember, or you don't remember how to keep up with your stories anymore, and should you have been writing them down? I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for anybody that had anything to do with pausing the investigation. Anyone who had anything to do with lying about the investigation to make money. Saw you pop in here. Ciao, ciao. There goes my mod. Good job. Anyway, I don't feel bad for somebody who decided that their self-worth was measured at covering up the good to protect the bad. Again, that's where I have said, even at the beginning of this, where I'm going to start sharing my story more, because that cycle is done and it's going to be exposed, so that way it doesn't happen anymore. Because if it's out and loud and everything and people see it start going down, because y'all recognize us now, y'all recognize every single one of us now. I know, pumping gas was hard to do while I was still up there. Ain't nobody going to get away with it anymore. It's not going to get swept under the rug and sit down and shut up and they can do whatever they want to you. Blanca, you can say what you want, but I don't feel bad. There are legal ways and legal standpoints she should have taken. And on top of that, not only were there legal ways and legal standpoints for her to take, there were lots of good, kind people like Chef Talks on here offering help to protect her and her daughter. She didn't take those. She didn't take them. At the end of the day, that wasn't what she chose to do. Get him in, Sienna. Exactly. She was taken from court for a reason. Exactly. Exactly, Dewey. Exactly. She didn't take not 1 second to even have a thought for the innocent parties in this. She did. Parties in this. She did. She did. And ones like me who begged for the system to make us do. Hi, Boomerang. I love you, Boomerang. Exactly. There were so many actual good people on here that was offering her help. I appreciate that, Anita. That's so sweet. That was another narrative I wanted to spin. Like, people were thinking that I was her. I'm not her. I don't do tattoos on the face. I'm not that young anymore. That one was wild. I'm glad it died fast, because that was upsetting for my daughter. Yes, so many people offered her help and protection. Thank you, Alice. Becca was sweet. She was a firecracker. Here and there, she was a total firecracker with a mouth. But we all are. We're all simply just people at the end of the day. But yes, she was very jealous of her. She's very insecure. Thank you. Yes, I know Becca very personally. Because we're all people. Dana, I know that they offered for them to go on News Nation. I don't know what to say about them turning it down. But also, how popular is News Nation anymore? Yes, Dewey. Down. But also, how popular is News Nation anymore? Yes, Dewey. I wish that would have been the case, but again, I also get that understanding of how Becca felt about it, and you want your body. Yes, Dewey. I wish that would have been the case, but again, I also get that understanding of how Becca felt about it, and you want your body. I wish that would allow Mom to love you. Yeah, I know what the blind guy account is. I'm not even slightly close to fazed by it. I mean, yeah, there you go. I don't know much about how popular News Nation even is, so I wasn't too worried about it. There you go, Skullbones. We accept the love we think we deserve. They can be in here. Is Courtney and RSO too? Because it sure seems like it. I don't really know. I'm not that deep in with Courtney. I'm staying safe. There you go. I mean, a lot of stuff is on Google. We'll never understand Courtney's intentions. I don't think that's something that's understandable. Yeah, I don't really know Paige. I don't want to. Nicole, I'm 37. Dang. Thank you. I'm just a short, little, nice person. I'm just silly. I always say that. I never know what to say. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm 37. I'm just a short girl with good attitude. I feel 37. My hips hurt. My neck gets sore real quick. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all are so very nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all are so very nice. Hi, Florida Breeze. What? No, I am not related to Courtney. The only thing I know about Courtney is like because of what her bio name was and stuff, is I went to school with her sister, Abby. That's the only thing I know about Courtney, and I don't really know Courtney. I went to school with Abby. Yay, short girls, group 7. How was Abby in school? I'm not gonna drag Abby. She's very pretty. Very pretty girl. Abby was gorgeous, like the blonde hair, Britney Spears looking kind of thing. She was very crazy about boys. Very crazy about boys. And we're talking like 20 years ago. But that girl was boy crazy. But she was funny. She was nice to me. Not nice to everybody. She was nice to me. Yeah, exactly. But like I said, she's nice to me. And like middle school, I dated her brother for 2 days and was like, no, you touched me, go away. Yeah, I don't understand that thing either. I think it had something like what I researched when I Googled that because my kids were saying it all the time. I think it was like a song. A girl put on a bunch of stuff about a song, and somehow everybody ended up in group 7 because she was like messing with the algorithm. You don't see anything under maiden or married. No, I'm at a friend's visiting, and that fan thing, where is it? I don't know. It sounds like it's loose or something. So it's like clunk, 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 as it spins. Not on Vine. Yeah. Especially when you're not used to it, because back at my house, I don't have all of that. And I'm not one that has to sleep with a fan on, but I have to sleep with like music on or TV on. Is that? You're right. Don't stare straight at the light. I don't know a whole lot about him. Like, I went to their house when I was little, but I wasn't allowed to go inside. That was my dad's rule for me. I could only play outside. Like, and I was like 15 maybe the last time. So it was like 22 years ago. And we played out in the yard. He yelled a lot. He was like a good, happy-go-lucky party guy. Like, he wasn't yelling like, rawr, rawr, rawr. He was yelling like, hey, dudes. Like, that kind of yelling. Yes, she does. But Again, that was 22 years ago. But that's all I really know of him. He only kind of see him in passing by when a group of friends was to go over there and hang out in the front yard. Well, I hung out in the front yard. Not everybody always did. But yeah. But I don't know Abby as an adult. I wouldn't know, Nicole. Again, I don't know Abby as an adult. What two sort of resemble each other? I think that's what it said. 1 second. Dewey, who two sort of resemble each other? Oh, yeah, I know. We always thought that was funny because her and I aren't blood related, but we looked alike, and it was wild. And we're even the same height. I can't reach it. I didn't make a post on Facebook about any of this. Whoever you think I am on Facebook, you got it wrong. Yeah, Cubby, I'm sorry, not sorry, but I didn't sleep in a tree. I didn't post anything on Facebook. If you look at my Facebook and look up my name, which isn't hard, it's in my bio, it's literally just Bible verses all day long and some selfies. So who you think I am, I'm not. Sorry. Jeez. And it'll bore you to death because it's just Bible verses and selfies once in a while for like years. I'm pretty lazy with my Facebook. Thank you, I appreciate that. I don't think I've posted on it in a few months. Yes, I really do. I'm Seventh-day Adventist. As you see where I'm at, the sun already went down, Sabbath is over. I really do have supportive church family. They're amazing. I don't know Ashley's TikTok either. I met her once. They introduced her to me at one of the search parties. No, trusting God now that I know who he is, after I saw him with his camera on, that is Brendan, and that is Kimmy's ex-boyfriend, and they have like a very confusing, never separated dynamic. The one that I was at, none of them were there. I went to 2, and one of them, I was the only of anybody that came. Just me. No one else showed up. And at the other one, I was the only of anybody that came. Just me. No one else showed up. And at the other one, father of my kids, Rich showed up. Ashley and her kids showed up. Amber showed up. But I was the only one that stayed. They came for an hour or 2, which, whatever, a little bit helps, a little bit helps. I'm not sure. I know that... Oh, wait, we're not talking about kids. I almost did that. We don't talk about kids. I don't know either. I can't even get my son to listen half the time. I mean, she's got all of them, just whatever. I think trust is a little slow. Yeah, she has 2 others. And then one that she miscarried. I'm not telling who. Okay, so Fabiana is Becca's dad. I don't know who Kimmy's biological dad is. That was never brought to me. I'm not talking about the adoptive family. They don't deserve all this craziness. I don't know who Brendan's dad is. Brendan was just a boyfriend of Kimmy's, and I didn't really hang out with him much. I was never that close to Kimmy. Hi, Bill. Yeah, exactly. And I think part of that is where he's not connecting dots here of what he's doing to himself, and he's getting offended real easily. Like, we got to take into account that not everybody's, like, mental health is right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, no problem, Robin. That's all I'm willing to do. Even though it seems to bother people. My phone's running hot. But we've went... Oh, gotta do the puzzle piece thing. Yeah, of course. Why would I? They don't deserve it. Well, being that the statement said it looked like her body drag, it doesn't take much to put 2 and 2 together. Like, full transparency, it doesn't take much. 1 plus 1 is always equals 2, not 4, not 5, not 6. 1 and 1 is 2. I do not live in Michigan. And before all this went down, I was thinking about coming back to Michigan because it gets lonely, yo. Amy, you'll have to ask that question again tomorrow. I've answered it twice already. And it's not me being a butthead. I'm just trying to make sure I answer more. There's a lot of them coming in now. You see, that's what gets me, Bling Boss, is, no, you're not muted, I see you. But, like, since when were they close? Like, they're sisters, they're always gonna have a little jokester and be in touch here and there. But when were they that close? Like, but whatever. Okay. Ask Kimmy her favorite color. I mean, they could have gotten closer since I left, but they weren't close when I was still living there full time. There you go. Yes, purple. Purple. I know I said it. I said it several times because I already knew it. And mine's pink. Yeah, I bet you did, Jalen. I'm not his fan. Yours is orange. Orange is a nice color. It's not your fault, Amy. His last name isn't Fowler. Our last name isn't Fowler. And I might be related to him, but I am not the same kind of human as him. Yeah. Is who my dad? Richard? No. No. None of the people with the name Rich are my father. And I'm not exposing my daddy on here. He's good. I don't know Richard Fisher. I was getting asked that this morning. I don't know him. And if I do, I probably just don't remember him. There's been like a lot of people in and out of our lives since we were little. I know that Becca and her reunited like 3 years ago. I don't know for sure if that's when Kimmy did, because like as adults, we haven't talked to each other much as far as Kimmy and I go. Becca was around her a little bit, but then she had already gotten the ick from her, pissed off at her, and it was just very humultuous, like they were not getting along at all. So she stopped. And then about 4 months ago, they started talking again a little bit, but it wasn't really going kosher there. And then, surprise, they've been hanging out, and she's gone. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, Kylan. Nicole, that was in 2023 when she had the miscarriage. Nicole, sadly, yes, she was. I look, what? Cleaned. She looked cleaned? I'm not sure what that means. Alice, I agree. Oh, okay, sober. Well, they were telling me that she had been cleaned. What is that? There's a little squirrel running across my screen. That was cute. Thank you. Oh, well, I was told that after the raid at the compound that she had been cleaning up. Thank you. Yeah, I'd never seen it before either, Jenny. I'm sorry it distracted me. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all don't have to do all that. Yes, the raid was before she went missing. Y'all started calling it a compound on here, but what I called it before that was like the makeshift campground. No, that Rebecca is since October. But y'all called it a compound on here, and that's simpler than what I said. I kept calling it a makeshift campground. So, back then, like, it was like July sometime is when I found out about it. Because I went up there for vacation and I wanted to see Becca. They were living in, like, it had, like, a couple of campers out there, some tarps, like, tied to trees with ropes and, like, sleeping bags under the tarp. And it was just, like, garbage and, like, stockpiles of, like, old rusty metal everywhere. That's what it looked like. Yeah, it looked literally like a makeshift campground to me. Is it weird that somebody would ask if somebody knew where she was? Everybody asked Austin's girlfriend. I think everybody's asking everybody. Okay, you guys, it's going a little fast. I'm sorry. Yeah, in July, I went over there to go pick Becca up to go shopping. And I had my son in the back seat, and I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't think that where I was driving was like a bad place or anything till I got there, and I wasn't informed nothing. It was like, oh, we moved. I would barely say one step above homelessness, but yes. They chose to be, from what they both told me that day. I went to go pick them up. We were going to go shopping, get baby clothes and stuff, and I don't want to put Becca in a bad light. I'm sorry. No, it had nothing to do with the church up the street. It was just on 30 and a half road. I think you're talking about Courtney's house. That's on the other side of town. Yes, they were. But I went to pick her up, and they pulled out a little clear thing and said, let me do this real quick. And we just argued. I was like, how dare you? How dare you be living out here? I was told that they were living out there because they weren't allowed to have their cats anymore. And I got upset with her. And then I also told her that she couldn't get in my car because I didn't know what she was going to have on her. I was very bothered. I was very bothered. Jeter, just by observing how she talks on these things, do you think that's true? I don't even think I have to comment that. Yeah, and it's an illness. It is straight up an illness. Most of her adult life, she's on and off. She was, I know for a few years she was using methadone to get sober, and then she was even off of that for a while, but then kept going back and starting again. What's going on? Who confirmed it, though, Kylan? I'm gonna look on Wexford County's page. It's on Up North Live. I didn't even get a single message. What the hell? Read it. It says, in a press release, the sheriff said the baby was not present when volunteer searchers discovered Becca's body. I'm used to calling her Becca. I'm sorry. It's so weird calling her Rebecca. Yeah, they didn't say that it's confirmed. They said the searchers said it. So I'm going to open the actual thing. They're not confirming. It says, nope, open it. Autopsy confirms body found in forest was Rebecca's Park, baby not in body. And it's got a video. If it'll play. Hold on, let me get it to reload. Where I'm out visiting. What the fuck is going on? I don't know, Richard Fisher.
We came out, we went down, we drove down as far as we... Fires, earthquakes, blah, blah, blah.
Sorry,
the real tragedy is this laundry. Lucky for me. We got out, we looked around, and this white truck came up to us again. An older gentleman and a 20-year-old, some young boy came up and said that they needed help.
The cops aren't going to give any.
This morning, you're invited to shop Black Friday deals in your pajamas in Glen Arbor. Upper 5's Madison Stoddard is live at a business there to check out its sales and learn about another holiday tradition that you'll want to wake up for. Hi, Madison. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. We're downtown Glen Arbor this morning for Black Friday, and
The Alpena Fire Department is welcoming its new fire chief. The city appointed.
It's not telling us anything, honestly. It has this video, but it doesn't load. It's like they took it back. My whole life. Okay, this is what it says in Wexford County, Michigan. An autopsy confirmed that the body found on November 25th in the Manistee National Forest was Rebecca Park, the woman who disappeared from Boone in Wexford County just days away from giving birth. But in a press release, the sheriff had said the baby was not present, cited by volunteers and researchers discovered Becca's body. It only confirmed so far that it is Rebecca, that it is her. It didn't confirm anything about the baby. The official cause of death and any issues with the baby is still unconfirmed. And then it goes back in to say she went missing on November 3rd. Her fiance's Richard Lee. Kimberly Park was arrested at 1 a.m. It doesn't say that. What are we talking about? Thank you. Hi, Pickles. How are you? The article, let's go to 9 and 10 News. It says autopsy confirmed that it is Rebecca Parks, that the body that was found is Becca. That's what it confirmed. I'm on 9 and 10, and 9 and 10 just says, talks about how she was found deceased, and it's a post from 4 days ago. Not even current. It's a post from 4 days ago. Please stop. It didn't. It said researchers had found it, had said, had stated, had claimed. Doesn't mean that anything is said. It said the autopsy is not complete and has not confirmed death. Everything from the body is pending. The only thing that's confirmed is it is her. Where are you guys finding this? But don't just read the headline, read the whole thing. That's what I'm reading. I wish there was... Wexford County officials identify body as Rebecca Park, posted 34 years ago. Search for baby continues. Nothing has come from this pending investigation or the autopsy except for that it is confirmed it's Rebecca Parks. And then the article just says, and I'll show it to you guys again too if you want to screenshot it and then do a mirror thing to where you can read it. A Cadillac, according to a press release, this is the one from 9 and 10, 34 minutes ago. Richard Fisher isn't an officer or anything like that. It's just a normal human being. It says, according to a press release from the sheriff's office in Wexford County, officials have confirmed that a body found in the Manistee National Forest last week is Rebecca Park, a pregnant woman who had been missing since early November 4th, 2025. That's all that's been confirmed. Deputies were called to the forest near the town of Boone on November 25th, shortly after 2 p.m. to report a dead person found at Manistee National Forest. When deputies arrived, they confirmed a woman had been found dead and secured the scene. An autopsy has since identified the woman as Rebecca Park. Keep reading, it just says dog approved winter fun. It's just advertisements after that. So here you go. 1 second, I'm going to pull it up to where these advertisements are going away. And then if you guys need to do it, or you can go to 9and10news.com. Yeah, but you go up, it's just advertisements. Dogs. Oh. The autopsy. Oh, holy shit. Well, I'm sorry. I get a lot of people from Stuff Case Files trying to get me upset, so I'm, a little self-defensive. Yeah, I'm on the actual news page. That's where I went after you guys told me to. I just haven't wanted false hope. Yeah, I need to take a break. Maybe. Yeah. I'll be back. Maybe. Yeah. I'll be back. Yeah.